everyone, it's Katie here and welcome to the Scrappy Sisters. Today I've got an extra special video for you. I'm doing a collaboration with Chrissi Mannix, who has her own YouTube channel here. I'll link all that down below. We decided we'd do something a bit fun and a bit different and scrap lift each other. So you saw a picture of her layout at the start of this video. It was a beautiful layout. She uses a lot of mixed media and I'm really jealous of her mixed media focus of her layouts because I'm hopeless at mixed media. So I'm attempting to do a mixed media background. It's certainly not as bold and dynamic as Chrissy's, but I did my best. So I started with some watercolor pencils and then I used some dye, some ink, and did some ink with a stamping with ink. Use my words, Katie. And then I did some mists and I just splotched them on the background as well. So I think I used gold, a raspberry colour, navy and a teal. So I was really happy with how the splatters looked actually, although I did some very big gold splatters, as a lot of people know who use the Hardy Swap Colour Shine. The gold one does go a bit splotchy, so I did have to soak that up a little bit with some paper towel. I did go and dry my layout and now, my background, and now I'm coming back and I'm putting just some layers onto my photo. It's actually a photo of my sister and I with my grandfather. He passed away a few years ago, and while this photo was taken probably 8 years ago, maybe even longer, might even be 9 years ago, 10 years ago. It's a lovely photo of him and my sister and I just wanted to scrap something to remember him by. So I'm just pulling some vellum out of my stash. I backed the photo on some white cardstock and now I'm just popping it on some vellum. It's a Stampin' Up vellum and it's got some gold pattern in the background, which is lovely. And then I decided to give a bit of dimension to the photo and the layout. I just used some corrugated paper and it's like in a pinky coral colour. So I just used that. And surprisingly, that are all the layouts that the layers that I do on this photo. Normally I do a lot of layers, but following Chrissy's sort of photo example, and she only did a few layers, so I'm going with that. Chrissy has not too many embellishments on her layout, so I've sort of taken that inspiration from her as well. So I'm going through a stash I've got here of some ephemera I picked up from the Reject Shop here in Australia. There's some rose gold accents with more of a coral colour and some blues and sort of pinks and greens, and then there's some more black and gold and white. So I've pulled out sort of a few different ones. She also used some twine or some string on her layout, Chrissy did. So I've just gone through my stash of embroidery floss and I found this, it's actually brown but it's like a metallic thread, and I thought that would work quite well. So I have curled some of that up and I'm going to pop it in the top left there. Now I'm really just faffing about with my embellishments, trying to decide what I think would look good where, and there was a few little imperfections on the background that I wanted to cover up, so that's sort of what some of this is as well. As we all know, if you don't like something, well, you just cover it up, and there was a few splotches that I didn't love and a couple of brush strokes that were really obvious in my watercolour pencils, so I just wanted to cover those up a bit. So I'm sticking down the embroidery thread with some double-sided tape. Now I lost a bit of footage there, but really I just stuck my photo down. That's all I did. My phone ran out of batteries and lucky I noticed early enough that I hadn't gone too far and I could come back. I left it charged for probably a good hour and then came back and restarted with the layout. So I've popped a couple of, they're just sort of circle pom-pommy type ephemera pieces in the top left there, a bluey coloured one and a coral one. They do have some rose gold accents to them, and then I've just used a bit of a floral piece which I've popped up on some dots, foam dots. And then I put a black and white sort of scalloped circle underneath there. I did use some black and white as other ephemera pieces as well, and my title is going to be in black, so I just wanted to make sure I had some other black bits on the layout. And then I popped a little bunch of flowers in there too, and they've got some blue and coral and green colours to them. And then I just popped up that yellowy flower on some foam dots as well. Now I've got this black and gold and white arrow which I'm going to run along the bottom, and then I was going to go with that first word which I think says love you or happy day or something like that, but I ended up picking this one that says loved and adored, this banner, which I just thought was perfect and really grabbed the sentiment of the photo well. So I've popped that there. And I'm thinking about my title here, but also if you can see in the top, in the middle of the photo, there's a massive bit of gold colour shine that just splotched everywhere, and I really didn't like it, so I covered it up. I used this party hat ephemera, but I didn't want the party hat version. I only wanted the little pom-pom to stick out, so I've popped that on, and then I've got a word that says wonderful, and again that's sort of got the rose gold foiling on it too. And then I go through and I pick my thickers. I'd sort of already decided on these, but I ummed and ahed about the gold. So these are, I want to say they're an Amy Tan thicker, potentially I think. And I have 3 packets of them. Yes, 3. I really like them. So I'm using the old packaging technique where I put my title on the package first so that I can see where I want to place it. And I'm really glad I did it because I changed my mind. And I was going to put in our hearts forever, but I changed it and I put forever in our heart, as you can see. So I was really happy with the title where I popped it. In Chrissy's original layout, she did have some journaling as well as a few little, I think it's maybe some enamel dots or a wood veneer in the bottom right corner. So I've popped a few of those down, but I'm actually not going to do any journaling on this page. I actually think I'm going to frame it and pop it on my wall because I was really happy with how it turned out, and it's just a lovely way to remember my grandpa. So yeah, I pop a few enamel dots on and then I'm pretty sure I'm done. So I'll show you some close-ups in a second, but I just wanted to say a massive thank you to Chrissy. We're on the design team for Kitaholic Kits together, and I just happened to mention to her over Facebook and I said, would you be interested in a collaboration? And she said, yes, I would. So I'll leave a link to the video that she has done below where she scrap lifted one of my layouts. But I hope you enjoyed this video and we will see you soon. Okay, bye everyone.